And we're back for the tip-off of the next game at the Metro Atlanta High School Fall Shootout. I am your host, John Artis Jr., where your season starts now. And right now, we've got Langston Hughes versus Southwest Dekalb. A little bit of a rumble from the crowd on that first shot attempt. Thought he walked. I think the referees agreed, so that turns the ball over to Southwest Dekalb. Foul called on the floor. Dekalb on the line, shooting 1 for 2. The free throw attempt is good. As Southwest Dekalb climbs up on the board first. Tie up on the floor will give the ball back to Southwest Dekalb, who comes out with a bit of intensity. Intense early here. Over and back called. High intensity early here as we have the Battle of the Panthers, Southwest Dekalb and Langston Hughes. Trap on the floor, foul called. It'll be Southwest Dekalb ball out of bounds. Yep. Ball knocked out of bounds. It'll remain Southwest Dekalb's possession. Lots of whistles early in this game. Foul called on Langston Hughes. Southwest Dekalb will take the ball out on the baseline. The shot attempt is no good on the drive. However, foul call will put Southwest Dekalb back on the line. Still in a 1 for 2 situation. Early ejection looks like. Number 2 for Langston Hughes has been ejected. Free throw attempt is successful as Southwest Dekalb jumps out to a 4-0 lead. Langston Hughes with a 3 from the corner is good. So Langston Hughes cuts the lead to 1 as we try to settle into the rhythm of this game. High intensity on the floor, though. It's a little chippy early, as you can see. Referees are trying to keep attitudes in the right place in this battle of the Panthers. Langston Hughes versus Southwest Dekalb. Southwest Dekalb takes the ball out of bounds, gets it inbounds. Lots of whistles called, or lots of whistles being blown here early. That's a turnover. So the ball will be given to Langston Hughes. Foul called on the drive. Number 1 for Southwest Dekalb steps to the line and hits on his free throw. Lead is now 6-3. Foul on the inbounds. So again, the intensity is through the roof here as the level of excitement climbs to its apex here at the Metro Atlanta High School Fall Shootout, where obviously these two teams understand that their season starts now. Ball kicked out of bounds. It looks like the ball will be turned over to Southwest Dekalb. Nice drop down low, basket, and the foul. Bucket by number 5, Randall Hanks. And he'll go to the line for extras. Free throw attempt is good. Southwest Dekalb takes a 9-3 lead. Half-court trap, almost gets a steal. However, Langston Hughes keeps possession and poise, puts in 2 to cut the lead to 4. Nice find along the baseline. Couldn't get the shot attempt to fall. However, ball knocked out of bounds. And possession will go to Langston Hughes. Nice hazy dribble to get to the middle of the lane for the jumper. It doesn't go. Gets knocked out of bounds by Langston Hughes. So it'll be Southwest Dekalb ball. Foul called on the floor will send Thomas Glanton of Southwest Dekalb to the line. Shooting 1 for 2. Thomas is successful on his free throw attempt. Pushes the lead back up to 6. All right, looks like we're finally settling to the floor of the game in this battle of the Panthers between Langston Hughes and Southwest Dekalb. Langston looking to try to find some offense. The driving lanes seem to be closed. Kicks it out to the side. Drive along the baseline for number 0. Drops it off to his big man. Foul called in the paint. Ball will be taken out of bounds by Langston Hughes. High intensity in the building all the way around, from the players on the court to the coaches to the fans in the stand. Ball ripped away by Southwest Dekalb, however, a foul called on the play. Foul called on number 3, Mr. Thomas Glanton, which will give the ball back to Langston Hughes. Intensity play on the floors. Langston, Southwest Dekalb gets the steal, goes the other way. 3 in the corner is good. So Southwest Dekalb has come out and maintained or grabbed an early handle on this game. Looking to try to dial it in on the defensive end. Active Hands knocks the ball away. However, they call a foul on the play, so it will remain Langston Hughes' ball. Langston Hughes is now in the bonus, so they'll go to the line in a 1-for-2 situation. Foul shot attempt is good, so the lead is down to 7. Too many steps called on the play, which will turn the ball back over to Langston Hughes. Langston Hughes trying to settle into the offensive end, throws the ball away. Southwest Dekalb ball. Nice ball handling by Mr. Glanton. Gets the ball across court. Gets the ball in the corner for a 3. No good. Trying to track the ball down. Ball is knocked out of bounds, and possession will remain with Southwest Dekalb. Jumper in the paint by number 1 won't go. However, Southwest Dekalb crashes the boards, tries to get the putback. Turnover will go to Langston Hughes. Langston Hughes trying to find some rhythm on their offense. Nice turnaround Jay in the paint. Does not go. And Langston Hughes ends up throwing the ball away. So the possession will go over to Southwest Dekalb. Southwest Dekalb still with a 7-point lead at the 5-minute mark. Nice drive. Bucket by Southwest Dekalb. Number 13. That's Jordan Smoke on the with the bucket. Foul called on the drive. We'll put Langston Hughes back on the line. Number 1 for Langston Hughes will go to the line in a 1-for-2 situation. He can't hit the free throw, so the lead for Southwest DeKalb remains 9. Langston Hughes maintains possession. Foul called on the play. Blocking foul will put number 1 for Langston Hughes back on the line. Basket is good by Langston Hughes. Cut the lead to 7. Timeout called on the floor by Southwest DeKalb. We'll step away for a second, but don't go too far. We're here at the Metro Atlanta High School Fall Shootout, where your season starts now. And we're back live at the Metro Atlanta High School Fall Shootout, where your season starts now. I'm your host, John Artis Jr., and right now we have a battle of the Panthers between Langston Hughes and Southwest DeKalb. Southwest DeKalb has the ball, pushes the ball up court. Traveling called on the play. Took a few too many steps. Will turn the ball over to Langston Hughes. The Panthers of Southwest DeKalb have been active on the defensive end. Couldn't get the turnover that time, however, knocked the ball out of bounds. It will remain Langston Hughes' ball. Langston Hughes will take the ball out of bounds. Only down by 7, less than 2 minutes to go in the first half. Nice steal by Southwest DeKalb. Drive and gets it to fall. Thank you, bro. Southwest DeKalb wastes no time getting another steal and putting 2 more on the board. They now lead 20-9 with a minute 15 left to go in the game. The 3 by Langston Hughes is no good. Foul on the floor called. blocking foul called on the floor will send Langston Hughes to the line as they are shooting in the bonus. He can't get the free throw to drop. Southwest Dekalb comes back in a fury. Gets it out for three, and the three is good from the corner. Langston Hughes tries to push it up court, realizing that we're under a minute and a half, trying to get some buckets. And the horn sounds ending the half. Southwest DeKalb is up 23-9 in the Battle of the Panthers. You're looking live here at the Metro Atlanta High School Fall Shootout, where your season starts now. Back live at the Metro Atlanta High School Fall Shootout. I'm your host, John Artis Jr., where your season starts now. And right now, we got the second half of the Battle of the Panthers kicking off between Langston Hughes and Southwest Dekalb. And on the first play, you can see the intensity is definitely here in the building, as both sets of Panthers are mixing it up on both ends of the floor. Southwest Dekalb has possession. Nice drop down in the paint. Basket and the foul will send Southwest Dekalb to the line. Southwest Dekalb steps to the line in a 1-for-2 situation. Free throw attempt is successful as they build on a big lead. Now it's 26-9. Foul called on the play will turn the ball back over to Southwest Dekalb. Southwest Dekalb looking to settle into their offense. Foul call turns the ball back over to Langston Hughes. The three ball by Glanton is off, however, corralled by number 1 for Southwest Dekalb. That's Jackson Ussery. Gets the putback and puts the Panthers of Southwest Dekalb back up by 19. Let's see if Langston Hughes can find some grit to plow their way back into this game. Push called on the play. We'll give the ball to Southwest Dekalb. Nice drive and drop down. However, number 11 for Southwest Dekalb couldn't capitalize on the nice pass. Langston Hughes come back the other way. Tie up underneath the basket. Can't tell if a foul was called on the play. However, it will be Southwest DeKalb's ball. Southwest DeKalb gets the ball in bounds. Slows the pace down a little bit. Thomas Glanton dancing with the ball, lets the shot go. It doesn't fall. Ooh. Watch out. Collision on the floor. Ball will go out of bounds, but it will remain Langston Hughes' ball. As Mr. Glanton looks to jump the driving lane. So Langston Hughes will inbounds the ball. 14 minutes left in the game. Down by 19. Can they find some offense to climb into the game? High-intensity defense by Southwest DeKalb is not allowing any free shots. Matter of fact, way to break it by Langston Hughes and drop it down low. However, access is denied by Southwest DeKalb. Ball knocked out of bounds. It will be, foul was called on the shot, so Langston Hughes will go to the line in a 1-for-2 situation. Three-pointer by number 1 for Southwest DeKalb. Jackson Ushery is good. Southwest DeKalb continues to pour on the pressure. Up 31-9. Foul call on the floor. It will remain Langston Hughes' ball. Langston Hughes has got to find some offense quick. They get a three from the corner from number 1. Cuts the lead back to 19. Almost a little showtime for Southwest DeKalb. They got the alley, couldn't get the oop. Timeout called on the floor by Langston Hughes. Don't go too far. You're watching the Metro Atlanta High School Fall Shootout, where your season starts now. Back to live action here at the Metro Atlanta High School Fall Shootout. I'm your host, John Artis Jr. Great drive by number 1 for Langston Hughes, bucket in the paint. Trying to amp up some intensity from Langston Hughes. They need some type of fight, of grit and intensity to get back into this game. Nice drive and bucket by number 3. Lets them cut the lead to 15. It has really been all Southwest DeKalb at this particular point. Foul on the play will send Thomas Glanton to the line for Southwest Dekalb. And so right now we find ourselves with Southwest Dekalb up by 15, just under 11 minutes to go in the game, and trying to find if Langston has that grit deep down inside of them to help them climb back into this game. This has been by far the most intense game of the day. Intensity ranging from the players on the floor to the coaches on the sideline to the fans in the stands. Basically, what I'm trying to tell you is it's a high caliber game that is worth the price of admission. Thomas Glanton steps to the line. Misses on the free throw, however, teammate grabs the rebound, kicks it back out. They get another shot at this possession. Nice ball movement. Good drive by Bam. Foul called on the play will send Bam Mergen to the line. Bam capitalizes on his 1-for-2 situation to push the lead back up to 17. Southwest Dekalb has led by as many as 21. 3 by Langston Hughes is no good. Southwest Dekalb breaks the press. Nice drive by Mr. Glanton. Put 2 more in the books for Thomas Glanton. Southwest Dekalb pushes the lead back up to 19. The Panthers of Southwest Dekalb has really brought the pressure on the defensive end to hold Langston Hughes to 16 in this game. Langston Hughes still looking for a bit of offensive effectiveness. Ball tapped and knocked out of bounds, but caught by Langston Hughes, which will turn the ball over to Southwest Dekalb. This has been a high-intensity game despite traveling called on the dump down. Basket will not count. It'll be a turnover back to Langston Hughes. Three by Langston Hughes is no good. Foul on the floor. Foul on the floor called against Southwest Dekalb. It'll remain Langston Hughes' ball. Knocked out of bounds once again by Southwest Dekalb, who again have been very aggressive on the defensive end, which has allowed them to climb to a 19-point lead in this game. Timeout called on the floor by Langston Hughes. We'll step away for a second, but you are watching the Metro Atlanta High School Fall Shootout, where your season starts now. Welcome back to the Metro Atlanta High School Fall Shootout. I'm your host, John Artis Jr., where your season starts now. And right now we're looking at a blowout in the Battle of the Panthers. Southwest Dekalb is up big, 35-16. The Panthers of Southwest Dekalb came out high intensity, being very aggressive on the defensive end, which has led to their huge lead. Langston Hughes has just not been able to find the offense to stay in this game. We got 6 minutes left to go in this game. We do have one more contest on the docket for you. After this, we'll see Columbia and Morrow High Schools mix it up. But right now, we're watching the Panthers of Southwest Dekalb run away with this game. Drive is no good. Langston Hughes comes back the other way, and they've really got to find some offense very quickly here as Southwest Dekalb holds on to a 19-point lead. Foul on the floor will put number 1 for Langston Hughes on the line. Still in a 1-for-2 situation. Let's see if they can chop into this lead a little bit. Free throws become critical at this point. And they miss on the free throw. So it remains a 19-point lead. Southwest Dekalb trying to seal this game. Timeout on the floor by Southwest Dekalb. We'll be back in a second at the Metro Atlanta High School Fall Shootout, where your season starts now. Once again, we are back live at the Metro Atlanta High School Fall Shootout. Good play to try to bang it out of bounds off of your opponent. However, it ricocheted and hit Southwest Dekalb, so it will be Langston Hughes' ball. But Southwest Dekalb, again, has been very aggressive on the defensive end, getting steals throughout the game. That time they let the ball get away from him a little bit, which will give the ball back to Langston Hughes. Langston has got to find some type of offense to climb back into this game. We only got 4 minutes left to go, and they find themselves down by 19. Scramble for the ball on the floor. Neither wanting to give up the possession. As again, the intensity has been high from both squads all game. As this is the Battle of the Panthers, and neither one wants to give an inch. High intensity, great intensity, letting cooler heads prevail. Fall away jumper by Langston Hughes is no good. Nice pass up court for the easy deuce by number 12, Johnny Graham. Foul called on the floor. Possession will be maintained by Langston Hughes. Langston puts up the 3 ball. No good. Ball banged out of bounds. It'll remain Southwest DeKalb ball. Foul called on the floor. Ball will remain in Southwest DeKalb's possession. Two and a half left to go in this game. Tension is high. A bit of chirping on the floor as the referees try to make sure that they maintain a handle on this game. It'll be Southwest DeKalb ball out of bounds. The fall away J by Thomas Glanton is good. Nice steal by Southwest DeKalb. Langston comes back and gets a steal of their own. Bucket for Langston. Cuts the lead back to 19. 21. Nice drive by Mr. Glanton. Foul called on the drive. Didn't get the bucket to fall, however, he will go to the line to shoot 2.